Yeah, I mean, but again, they pick and choose, so it is what it is. And again, the media like to hate him too, so I'm going to catch a lot of that backlash too. But I mean, it is what it is. I ain't really stunned that too much. I'm not worried about narratives. I'm worried about what I can do in the ring.
All right, brother.
Lamont Roach Jr. is making sure everyone knows he's coming for Dant Tank as the lightweight division heats up. Davis gives it his all. But in a profession where animosity and respect are frequently paired, lightweight fighter Frank Martin, who recently lost to Tank, has a caution for Roach: don't allow Tank get the better of you.
One's been able to solve Tank Davis. What do you need to do together with you and your team and obviously your son to score that victory?
We got a game plan. We're going to execute it, and we're going to get the results.
Move that head, bob and weave.
Frank Martin knows firsthand the storm that Gervonta Tank Davis brings into the ring, having experienced it himself when Davis knocked him out in a spectacular fashion. Reflecting on their encounter, Martin bluntly stated in a recent interview, "I think everyone thinks they'll beat Tank until they get in the ring with him." His tone, though not overly cocky, was filled with caution. He explained that the key to fighting Tank is not allowing him to figure you out. If Tank figures you out, it's over. He's too good at reading fighters and adjusting, Martin warned. His words carry weight, not only because of his personal experience with Davis, but also because, like many before him, he entered the ring with confidence, only to face one of boxing's most feared knockout artists. However, Lamont Roach Jr. remains unfazed by Martin's cautionary advice. In a recent interview with Najee Grampus on Cigar Talk, Roach made it clear that he isn't intimidated by Davis or Martin's warnings. Roach, with a calm yet confident demeanor, explained why he believes he's different from Martin and the other fighters Davis has faced. "I'm not Frank Martin," Roach asserted, emphasizing that Martin's early start in boxing at age 17 didn't prepare him for the level of competition Tank presents. He didn't have the experience to be in there with someone as skilled or as experienced as Tank, Roach remarked, referring to Martin's lack of the necessary experience to take on a fighter like Davis. Roach, who has a record of 25 wins, 1 loss, and 10 knockouts, believes his years of experience have prepared him for this moment. He's convinced that he matches Davis in every department: skill, experience, reflexes, and boxing IQ. "I got the same skill level as Tank, I got the same experience as Tank, I got the reflexes, I got the ability, and I damn sure got the IQ," Roach said confidently. He challenged the assumption that he would end up like others who lacked the necessary skills to deal with Tank, stating, "What makes people think I'm going to end up like those guys?"
I'm gonna beat his ass for y'all talking. Y'all better be quiet.
Remember who Devon is. Davis has a solid 28 knockout record, 30 victories, and no defeats. The final bell against him has only ever been heard by 2 individuals. In 2014, German Moores, and in 2021, Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Cruz gave a strong effort, but it was marred by a disclaimer when Davis later disclosed that Cruz had battled through a hand injury. Davis is a unique creature, a fighter whose ability to outsmart opponents is just as terrifying as his knockout power. But for Roach, the appeal of this bout lies in the challenge. Roach acknowledged that Tanks had power, but "I believe I was hit on my underscore a few times. No one has ever abandoned me or witnessed me being harmed in a fight."
So easy when he fought Frank Martin.
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
What's your game plan?
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
Roach maintains that it was not a knockdown, even in his 2019 defeat against Jamal Herring, when a counter-right hook appeared to drop him. Roach clarified, "The referee saw that my foot came up and I tripped." He didn't refer to it as a knockdown because of this. Roach's conviction in himself is one of his strongest traits. Every time he was put to the test, he came out on top. The true question, though, is whether he can survive Tank Davis's storm.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling him, you saying you going down in a night? You know that power curry late.
Lamont Roach Jr. enters his upcoming fight with Gervonta Tank Davis fully aware of the immense challenge ahead. Roach isn't walking into this bout blind. He recognizes that Davis is far more than just a powerhouse. He's a complete fighter, smart, calculated, and relentless. Roach openly acknowledges the gravity of the situation, admitting that this fight will test him like never before. The weaknesses that I do know, I'll try to exploit, Roach says with a measured confidence, emphasizing that he's not underestimating the challenge. It's not going to be easy. We all know that he's a hell of a fighter. While Roach doesn't claim Davis is invincible, the respect he shows for his opponent suggests a fighter who understands the magnitude of the task at hand. This respect could give Roach the edge to prepare meticulously for the fight. Roach and his opponent Davis have had very different journeys to this point. While both are undefeated prospects, their paths diverge significantly. Davis, known for his explosive power, is a seasoned fighter, whereas Roach, with a longer boxing career, believes his experience will be the key difference. Davis's previous challengers, like Martin, have struggled against his ability to adapt and find their weaknesses. Martin, who started boxing at 17, rose quickly but was ultimately outclassed by Davis when Tank found his rhythm. The key lesson Martin imparts to Roach is to avoid allowing Davis to figure him out, as he did in his own bout against Tank. For Roach, this means staying a step ahead, not only physically but mentally. With a sturdy chin, solid fundamentals, and an unwavering belief in his own skills, Roach is confident that he can be the one to crack Davis's code. He believes his experience and poise under pressure will be the difference maker. However, boxing isn't just about believing in your own abilities, it's about proving it in the ring. Roach has already planted seeds of doubt among fans who may underestimate him, citing his ability to hang with elite fighters and stay composed under intense pressure. Still, as Roach himself knows, it's one thing to talk about it, and another to step into the ring and deliver. The stakes are high, and only time will tell if Roach can turn his belief into reality.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's going to go. Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's going to download the data. Then he going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he going to do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plant's wife, and say, who do you want next? And Tank's going to say, I want all those guys. And they're going to go to the press conference, and Elliot Setback's going to say, who do you want next? He say, I want all the guys. This is.
While the PBC promotes the fight as a major event, many fans view it as another easy victory for Tank Davis, reinforcing his position as the heavy favorite. This sentiment is shared by many experts, who see the fight as one-sided. However, in the midst of this widespread belief, an unexpected voice of support has emerged from WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson. His endorsement surprised many, raising questions about his motives. Roach later clarified that Stevenson's support wasn't random, but rooted in their personal friendship. The connection between Stevenson and Lamont Roach has rarely been in the spotlight. A few years ago, Roach openly acknowledged their friendship, which Stevenson later confirmed. Both fighters have kept their personal lives private, so it's no surprise that their bond exists away from the public eye.
He's going to retire at the end of next year. Do you think he has one foot out the door?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, I'm going to just take advantage of him and show him why he shouldn't have said that, or why he shouldn't be contemplating that.
The friendship between Shakur Stevenson and Lamont Roach has sparked considerable interest, especially as Stevenson, known for his typically neutral stance in others' fights, publicly expressed his support for Roach ahead of his bout with Gervonta Tank Davis. Speaking to DAZN, Stevenson confidently backed Roach, remarking that many people were overlooking him and stating that Roach would seize the opportunity to surprise the world. I think it's going to be an amazing fight. I'm excited for what's next, Stevenson added. His endorsement, alongside his rare public backing, has added an intriguing layer to the narrative surrounding Roach's upcoming challenge against Davis, creating more complexity in what had been perceived as a one-sided matchup. Despite their close friendship, Stevenson and Roach have both shown they are willing to put personal ties aside for the sake of competition. This mutual respect makes the idea of a future fight between the two even more compelling. In 2021, Roach publicly acknowledged their friendship while simultaneously expressing his desire to face Stevenson one day. He praised Stevenson, calling him one of the best in the sport and emphasizing his aspiration to test himself against him. He's a great fighter, and I want to test myself against the best, Roach declared. Stevenson responded in his typical playful manner, acknowledging the challenge but admitting that facing a close friend would feel unusual. That's going to be weird. Let's get everybody else out of the way first, Stevenson laughed. While the idea of fighting a friend may seem awkward, both understand that boxing is driven by competition, and Stevenson's flawless 2-2-0 record highlights his readiness to take on any challenge. For now, both fighters are focused on their respective goals in the lightweight division. Roach, in particular, has been vocal about his plans for the fight against Davis. His confidence is unwavering, and he's not just aiming to survive but intends to win by knockout. "I'm training to knock out Gervonta Davis, and that's what I'm going to do," Roach boldly declared. Given Davis's reputation as one of the most fearsome punchers in boxing, Roach's statement is bold. But for him, the fight is more than just a chance to claim a title. It's a pivotal opportunity to prove he belongs among boxing's elite.
Here's my take on the fight. Everything is true about this situation. One, Gervonta Tank Davis was being ducked.
Lamont Roach has his eyes set on unifying the lightweight titles, with Shakur Stevenson being the next target on his list. After a potential win against Gervonta Tank Davis, Roach has openly expressed his desire to face Stevenson, calling him out once again. Roach admires Stevenson's skills and sees him as a worthy opponent. "He's a very good fighter. After I beat Tank, I would love to fight him. That's my goal," Roach said. This ambition fuels his drive to be the best, and a matchup against Stevenson would represent the ultimate test of his abilities. Roach believes that facing Stevenson would be the ultimate challenge to prove his boxing prowess and secure his place as one of the best in the lightweight division. Stevenson, widely regarded as one of the top talents in boxing, has shown confidence in Roach's abilities, adding an intriguing dynamic to the potential showdown. However, Stevenson remains focused on his own path to lightweight dominance and seems content to let Roach and Davis handle their business first. With an impressive record and a goal to clean out the division, Stevenson is determined to prove he's the best fighter in the world. Despite their mutual respect, a fight between Roach and Stevenson would be more than just another title defense. It would be a clash of two fighters who have shared history but now stand as rivals. For both, the matchup represents a chance to cement their legacy and demonstrate superiority in the division. However, there's one major hurdle standing in the way: Gervonta Davis. Until Roach and Davis settle their business, the potential showdown with Stevenson remains on the horizon.
We fought twice in the same tournament. So, yeah, and we fought in the Junior Olympics, in the regionals, and we fought in the nationals.
Okay. You fought in the regionals and then fought again in the nationals?
Yeah. So we fought in the regionals in Baltimore, in his hometown. It was a close fight. Obviously, I thought I won. We sent